Welcome to Fentor. Look at this beautiful weather. I'm on my annual motorcycle holiday to Yorkshire and Cumbria, and what beautiful weather to leave the fens in, and I think it may be like this all day. So I'll probably have a really dirty motorbike to clean when I arrive. Not to worry, I'm all wrapped up in a nice waterproof clothing, so it's a case of enjoying the ride on the big BM. The rain has finally stopped, so I've stopped for a moment, trying to go along the Lincolnshire coast, but the sat-nav is coming up with so many problems on the roads. Must be accidents to get to Cleethorpes or Skegness. Sorry, not Cleethorpes. Mablethorpe or Skegness is going to take too long. So I'm going to go straight to Cleethorpes, and we'll do the others another time. Can't spend all day. Right, let's get on. Sat-nav's taking me across some nice quiet roads at the moment, on the edge of the Lincolnshire Wolds, I believe. Not too sure exactly where I am. Makes a change. I've certainly come off the route I was originally planning, and I'm just leaving the device here to do it all. Navigator 6. Quite nice roads, and as usual quite quiet once you're off the A roads. Oldsbury Cross this way. Very nice. Whoops. So what are the problems with such wet days riding a motorbike? Well, one of the things I've noticed is the tyre noise seems to be louder when the roads are wet. So much so that having the visor open, even with earplugs in, you can hear, I'm sure, a lot more tyre noise than normal. Next time I get some new hoops of rubber on this bike, I'll put up the ones that are currently on here, which are the standard fit. I can't remember what make, but there are much quieter ones for road noise, and I think that'll be a good choice. Yeah, so there's quite a lot more road noise. The BMW clothing, Storm Guard, is just amazing. Nothing seems to be, no damp coming through at all. It almost seems dry on the outside now. And the rain has stopped. The wind has blown any residual water off. Of course, the worst thing of all, wet weather riding, the bike gets dirty. And then you park it somewhere, sun comes out, and it looks like a shed. Horrible. Never mind. At least with the GS it's easy to get clean. Or reasonably easy to get clean. No chrome bits to worry about. Yeah, pretty village. Well, made it to Cleethorpes. This is beautiful, rainy Cleethorpes. Seaside town as it should be. Not. Seafront of Cleethorpes. Next to Grimsby. So next to Big Industry, which we'll go and have a look at next. Willie's Pub and Brewery. Oh wow, a lot of sand. In fact, you can't even see the sea. Tide's well and truly out. So wine eye cafe. There's the pier, Fantasy World. I'll stop and take some photos in a moment. Ah, fun fair, one to rival Disneyland. Yes, it looks a bit sad today. Well, the station, railway station, Cleethorpes station. I guess that's what made it a seaside town. We were able to get the train here, just like other towns that grew up around a railway station. Right, let's get some snaps. Well, we've got some great images. As you can see, there were a lot of people on that summer's afternoon at Cleethorpes, enjoying all the facilities it had to offer. I carried on to the industrial area of Grimsby. The microphone didn't plug in properly to the GoPro, so no verbal abuse. So it's a voiceover now. First industrial place I went to visit was a company called Dioxide. I used to go there back in the late 80s and early 90s, and unfortunately it's gone, as you can see how it used to look. Well, across to the right there, I'm glad to see some industry still in operation. It was called SCM Chemicals when I used to visit. Still manufacturing titanium dioxide, I would guess, by the looks of the white coating. Research and Development Centre. Still there. I like this gatehouse. The Art Deco gatehouse there. Fantastic. Well, nice to see some things haven't changed too much. So coming up to the oil refineries. So a lot of Britain's petrol and diesel is refined here. See which refinery is which. Humber Refinery, Phillips 66. Certainly a good smell of kerosene just here. This one doesn't look like it's doing a lot. Well, there's a lot of cranes, scaffolding. Total Lindsay Oil Refinery. Here we are. Wow, with this storm that's just coming over now. Let's whack the GoPro. Makes the refinery look particularly menacing. I hope the GoPro's be able to pick it up. Sky behind. The rain in front, the mistiness. It doesn't look like it's running, does it? At all. Is it being dismantled, refurbished? There's lots of cranes. I wonder about investment in oil. Or in a refinery anyway. How quickly is oil going to be a thing of the past? How much is that investment going to pay off? Maybe they're trying to make the fuels more environmental. Probably not. Very dark skies ahead. I love a good angry sky. How exhilarating, especially when I'm on a motorbike. Oh, that's a storm and a half. Let's go right here. We're heading right into it. We're heading to the Marrowbone and Cleaver pub. So we can get a sandwich and a bite. Sorry, a sandwich is a bite to eat. Having to get a small bite to eat, if they do anything small, that is. Now I'm hoping my audio has remained functional. Got a big chunk of blue tack stuck around the GoPro mic input. Fingers crossed it's keeping the rain out and the GoPro and audio in working order. Glad the rain stopped. The roads are drying quite quickly. That was one hell of a downpour as I arrived at the Marrowbone and Cleaver. I feel like you're walking the plank on this bridge on the motorbike. Just a small wire barrier between me and oblivion. So a nice cup of tea, Hovingham Bakery. I can't say it. Bakery. Just heading off the edge of the ridge above Thirsk, on the road that bans caravans. I just saw a old Rover motor car heading up with blue smoke coming out the back. I don't think it had enjoyed the ascent up here with its aged engine. Probably wouldn't have enjoyed it when it was new either, to be honest. But there we are. And we'll soon come down quite a lot. So I'm heading across in the westerly direction now. Thirsk, then across towards Hawes before heading down to Horton and Ribblesdale. Should be there for tea time. Back onto one of my favourite roads. This road takes me from Hawes to Ribblehead. Turn off there into Horton and Ribblesdale. Just love it. Let's go past. Nice and smooth. Got the GS suspension on dynamic. Traction control on normal road setting. Unlike it was earlier when it was on rain. The dynamics certainly makes quite a difference when you've got the panniers and the top box on. The extra weight makes the bike a lot more precise in the corners, despite its heavy weight. Whee! here. Sometimes I think this road's a bit better than the one we were just on. Careful of walkers here. This is the cut between Whernside and Penigent. 3 peakers. Walk on the path, not on the path, the side of the road is here. Because there is no footpath. Railway. In Ribblesdale. Not sure how many miles I've done today, but oh blimey, a lot of people here. Tickled pink. Dear oh dear. Anyway, thank you for watching this short episode of Ventour. Part 2. We'll see what part 2 is. So see where I go tomorrow. Catch you soon. Bye bye.